Thank you so much for joining us for our March webinar. We're going to continue our series of Stronger Together, Building Resilient Communities. And today we are going to hear from the program managers of the Volunteer Emergency Team. So I have joining me Stephanie Umbel from the Department of Emergency Management and Security, and then also Carmen Sevilla from Volunteer Fairfax. So you'll get a chance to hear from them in a few minutes, but we'll start off with some of our administrative items. So obviously our theme, we're continuing, we want to build relationships, we want to build stronger communities. So that is going to be what we're doing. And volunteers are such a huge part of that. So Ready Fairfax is our preparedness program. So we can go out and educate members of the community on what to do beforehand, which is preparing for, responding to, and recovering from emergencies. So if you ever have a topic that you would like us to present on, we have several different workshops that you can choose from, but we can also customize any of these to fit the group that you're with. So you can request those online. And those come directly to us, and we'll reach out to schedule that with you. So without further ado, I will turn it over to Carmen and Stephanie so that they can tell you more about the Volunteer Emergency Team.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I am the volunteer coordinator for the Department of Emergency Management and Security, and I'm joined by Carmen Sevilla with Volunteer Fairfax. Carmen?
Hi, thank you so much. I am Carmen Sevilla from Volunteer Fairfax. I am the coordinator for volunteer management and the Volunteer Emergency Team. And we thank you for your interest in learning more about what the Volunteer Emergency Team is, or VET.
So what emergency management is, what is it? At its core, emergency management is about protecting communities. That means coordinating efforts to prepare for, respond to, and recover from emergencies, whether it's a natural disaster, a public health emergency, or a technological, which is a man-made incident. It's not just response. It's a lot of work that happens behind the scenes before and after emergencies, and volunteers play a crucial role in this. Emergency management, we focus on reducing risk ahead of time, coordinating response during an incident, and helping the community recover afterwards. Volunteers may be involved in one or more of these phases, depending on the situation. Volunteer Fairfax partners with DEMS, the Department of Emergency Management and Security, to manage volunteers and support the community post-event.
The Volunteer Management Annex is co-led by Volunteer Fairfax and Fairfax County Department of Emergency Management and Security. In a disaster, our job is to help organize volunteers, who is helping, where they're needed, and how they're managed, the donation needs, what's needed, what's coming in, how it's distributed, and the community voices, listening and sharing to what residents are experiencing or need. We also coordinate closely with DEMS to provide training and volunteer opportunities so that people can feel ready before an event. Some events are noticed in advance. We can pre-plan. When an event occurs, a DEMS duty officer is on call 24/7. The public is notified through Fairfax alerts and social media. Emergency Operations Center may be activated, and the county offices are notified. Then the Emergency Management Annex, Volunteer Management Annex may be activated. If volunteer support is needed for recovery, we also request resources and activate the Volunteer Emergency Team, or VET. VET supports the Fairfax County during emergencies as pre-registered volunteer team, ready to respond and assist when recovery after a disaster is needed. Joining VET is a way to give back, to support the community during emergencies and strengthen local resilience. VET members are residents who are ready to respond when needed, people who want to give back to the community, but they're not first responders. They are the first volunteers to be called upon to help when needed, and they are 18 years or older. When deployed, VET members may be called upon to help with debris removal, muck and gut operations, collecting, sorting, and distributing donations, supporting administrative and logistical needs, or participate in optional trainings to feel prepared and confident. VET has supported Fairfax County during major events, including those listed. Having a trained, organized volunteer pipeline ready allows the county to respond quickly when something happens. VET leaders do not need prior emergency management or first responder experience. To become a leader, you'll complete a VET core training, complete onboarding, and a background check. Leaders help ensure volunteer operations run smoothly during a fast-paced activation. After a disaster, many people step forward to help. A volunteer reception center is a temporary center, either in person or virtual, that helps manage that surge. The VRC organizes volunteers, matches people to appropriate roles, and keeps operations safe and coordinated. The VRC is managed by Volunteer Fairfax and supported by VET leaders. Core tasks include setting up, staffing, and processing volunteers from check-in to role assignment, tracking hours, and communication updates.
So Fairfax County, we offer several ways for residents to become affiliated or assigned volunteers, meaning that they're trained and connected to a specific county department before an emergency occurs. These volunteers are activated as part of the county's coordinated disaster response. Assigned volunteer programs ensure Fairfax County has trained, ready, and reliable individuals who can be called upon to support their community. So here is our contact information. Carmen and myself are here anytime that you guys may need something. Feel free to reach out to us.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you guys for the presentation. I know that a lot of people always ask, how can I help during an emergency? So signing up for the volunteer emergency team, we would prefer to call on volunteers that we already have affiliated in our pipeline so that we can get things rolling as quickly as possible. And also training those volunteers to either help run a volunteer reception center or help run a donation center. That also helps us to build capacity and be able to activate and serve the community even quicker. So thank you guys so much for giving us that info.
You're welcome.
So some of the resident resources that we always review at the end, it's Fairfax Alerts. And I do really want to highlight this one this time. It is really important to sign up for Fairfax Alerts. We have the ability to send what we call reverse 911s, where we have the ability to send you an alert based on the addresses you have subscribed from. And if something is happening in your area, it is a really quick way for us to get information out to you as quickly as possible. So we would encourage everyone to sign up for that so that if there is an incident in your area, we can reach you as quickly as possible. Also, Community Connect, any information that you share would be available for the fire department as well as the police department when they're on their way to a call to your address. So anything you put in there about yourself, about anyone who lives in your house, if someone has any disabilities or access and functional needs that may require extra support, either evacuating if there's a fire, we know that there may be someone in the house that would need assistance. So you can also put information about your pets. So if you are not home and there's an emergency at your residence, it'll come up for the fire department so that they would know to look for a pet inside. And then the emergency health profile, this goes directly to the 911 dispatchers. It is based on your phone number that you register with, and you could put any health or medical information in there that may be important for responders to know as they are heading to that call. So these are really great things to sign up for, and we would really like everyone to make sure that they enter their information. You can also follow us on social media. So we are at Ready Fairfax on X, Facebook, and Instagram. We also have a tornado drill coming up next week. So we would love for everyone to participate in that. You'll get a Fairfax alerts if you're signed up for our newsletter, as well as we'll put it out on social media. So we hope to see some pictures of people participating next week. So what's up next? We will see you in just a couple of weeks on April 1st, April Fool's Day. So we'll have some great content at our next webinar to share with you. Have a great night.